This time we're looking at section 5.1 and we're going to do number 4. And it says you work for a consumer watchdog publication and are testing advertising claims of a tire manufacturer. So as we suspect, because it's something that's manufactured, the lifespan of the tires are normally distributed with a mean of 40,000 and a standard deviation of 3,000 miles. And we're going to test 16 tires, which is really a small sample. But I guess thank goodness if you're going to do it on the TI calculator, because you have to enter all those numbers in L1. We're going to try this on using StatCrunch. You could also do it in Excel. But what we do is we click on this button right here where it says click to copy table. And we're going to open it in StatCrunch. And I look at the pictures and I expect our graph should look something like C. That's the one that is most closely related to a normal curve. So open in StatCrunch. Yes. Good old pop-ups. Okay, so here we go, StatCrunch. Here's our label, variable 1. We could change it, but we're not going to bother. And we're going to go to graph, and we're going to do a histogram. And we have to make sure that we're doing a histogram of something. So we're going to do a variable 1. We're going to get a pretty ugly graph because we're just going to go ahead and look at whatever they give us. So compute. And if you look at the axis, the numbers are a lot different than what they gave us. So I suspect that would be our curve. So that would be C. So let's get rid of this and go back here and choose C and hope for the best. And it says excellent. So let's continue. And it says, is it reasonable to assume that they're normally distributed and why? And the answer is yes. And we could say because they're manufactured, it's a measure of something that's manufactured, but we're just going to say yes because it's symmetric and bell-shaped. Check answer. Excellent. Now it wants the mean. Should not have closed my StatCrunch. Back up here to that little click thing. Open in StatCrunch. And again, if you're good at Excel, you can do it in Excel because it will copy. And this time we're going to do stat, and we want summary stats. And we want summary stats of a column. And we want variable 1. And I just let it do what it thinks it should do. Compute. And the mean is right here. I'm going to just cut and come over here and paste. But it says round to 1 decimal place, so I have to change the 1 to a 2. Check my answer. Yes. The computer did that real well. And now we want the standard deviation. On the TI, you're going to use S sub X. And back to StatCrunch. And the standard deviation here is 5792.2. Copy. Paste it in there. Oops. I erased a little bit too much. Let me try that. That was 62. Check answer. Nice work. It's smarter than I am. Now, compare the mean and standard deviation of our sample with the manufacturer's claim. So the mean of ours was 35,365, and they got 40,000. and our standard deviation was much, much larger. So the sample mean is less. That's true. So that means they lasted a shorter time. The sample standard deviation is less. No, that one's not right. How about this one? The sample mean is less than the claim mean, so on average, the tires in sample lasted for a shorter time. The sample standard deviation is greater than the claim standard deviation. That's true. So final check. Well done. So, enjoy. Bye.